Yes, and welcome back to the Ash Williams Show. My name is Ash Williams, and I am fired up. How the fuck are ya? Boom. Give me some. Who the fuck is playing? Text in who you think's playing to 0406 284 954, and you could win yourself a free mug. I'll tell you right now, it's not Nathan Cavalieri. No more Cavalieri. And it's not Slash. It's also not Tommy Emmanuel. All right, 0406 284 954. We got a big show coming up. Without further ado, we need to start with a simultaneous sip. So get your beverage of choice. I myself have a long black. So get your drink, whatever it is. It might be a Cumtini. It might be some pre-workout that you found on the street. Whatever it is, get ready to gulp it up in 3, 2, 1. Oh, fuck yeah. I might go for a double dip. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, get that slurp in your mouth, as Paul likes to text me. By the way, too, we're going to get the official Ash Williams Show mug on set as of next week. So if you want one of those mugs, there's about 5 left. You need to become a Patreon at a certain tier, and I will mail you one. And they are not cheap to mail. I'm making one of the biggest financial losses of my life, and I've made a few on these mugs. But as they say in business, it's not about money. It's about the connection you have with people, and that's what we're all about. I've never been more fired up to be a part of this podcast. Now, later in the podcast, we are going to call Paul, quite possibly for the last time ever. Now, I did say on the weekend, I won't tell you what I was doing, but I was having a lovely time with someone I just met. And I was talking to her about Paul, and we came up with an idea that, or more like a business plan, that if we got 200 Patreons by May 27, I will meet Paul in the hotel room. Now, the date today is May 21. We've got 143 Patreons. So it doesn't look like this is going to happen. That's on you. Okay? If I don't live happily ever after with Paul, that's on you. Do you want me to live in a white picket fence with Paul in his basement? 200 Patreons. Or as Kyle said so eloquently last week, Paul is going to skin me alive. Do you want to see me get skinned alive? 200 Patreons. In actual fact, you've saved my life by not making 200 Patreons. But nonetheless, we do have some texts from Paul this week. We will get him on the phone very, very shortly. He's texted, "Let's be boyfriends. We can start dating when you come up to the hotel. I want you." So, pretty classy stuff really from Paul. Let's get some texts on the hotline, 0406 284 954. You reckon Paul would send you to the doghouse for sniffing coke off a black guy's penis? Nah, he'd be cool. That's a reference to a podcast I did with Ed Cavalier last week called Format Fixes. So listen to that. I'll touch on that later in the episode. Let's get another texter. Is the voice of Paul actually Tony Martin? Well, Tony Martin has tweeted and said no comment except for that comment that he made. If it was Tony Martin, it would be arguably Tony's best work because the voice of Paul and the character of Paul has nuance and subtleties that will one day win an actor. let's get another text. I'm just building upon Kyle's question from last podcast regarding Paul killing Ash and wearing his skin and continuing the pod as Ash. How do we know it hasn't already happened? Hashtag I am fired up, make some noise. Adil. Is that Adil Rook Jaya Singer? No, it's a good question. You caught me out. It's Paul. I got the voice changed and everything, like Face Off. You know, you think I'm Travolta, but I'm actually Nicolas Cage. Let's get another text. There's quite a lot of texts on the Paul hotline. Oh, I like this text. Hey, Ash, if your next line of merch isn't themed Sittin board, you are a madman. You need to honour the great man Paul. And think of how much the resale of the Sittin board t-shirts would be if he does end up murdering you. Hashtag make some noise. Beautiful message. I do love Paul's catchphrase, Sittin board. It makes me chuckle. One thing I've learned when you're talking to perverts, no offense, Paul, if you're listening, you never tell them you're bored. Because any foot pervs that I've dealt with, they always ask you, are you bored? Don't say yes, because then they've got you on the hook, right? They know you're bored. And then they say, hey, send us a foot pic if you're so bored, or come and meet me in a hotel. Sittin bored. Never tell them you're bored. That's a rookie mistake. We've got another text here from last week's ep. Hi, Ash. Part-time musical director Stu here. The ice friend telling you to keep your gear on. I reckon it's a variation of keep your pants on. A phrase that some people say when being impatient. Also, hard to believe, given how thirsty Paul is for some ripe Ash action, that he hasn't stalked you enough to know you have a podcast and listen. What an amateur pervert. Yeah, I'm surprised by that too, but we have changed Paul's voice. Even so, he should know. Here's a question for you. If I do go and meet Paul in the hotel, right, that technically classifies as work for me because the podcast is my work. So with that said, if Paul murders me in the hotel, can I still claim income insurance? You know, because I got murdered at work, plus life insurance. Even though I don't have life insurance. Do they do retrospective life insurance? Now that is a business. Will this leave a nest egg for a girl that I had one date with on the weekend? Will that be a nice silver lining for her? That I got murdered in a hotel, but Amy Insurance is going to give you $1 million. All right, let's get into the podcast. I'm sitting bored here. If you do want something else to listen to, Ed Cavalier, friend of the show, friend of mine, has a new podcast. And one of the episodes is called Format Fixes. And that's a show that we're going to do regularly where we dissect current shows and talk nonsense and do TV pitches. Very similar to the original Ash and Ed. And we were talking about Harry from Too Hot to Handle, and this happened.
And meanwhile, we spoke to that Harry fellow. He's got 3.5 million Instagram followers now.
No, he doesn't.
He told us it because he hooked up with the chick on that show that's already Insta-famous. He said every time he puts a photo of her up on Instagram, it gets 1 million likes.
Yeah, I think there's an element of truth in that. I've known Harry for a while, Ed. I don't know if they're all legit, but good luck to Harry. He's doing well.
What do you mean? What wasn't legit? The followers?
Mate, there's a big prop up of Brazilian bots in there, bro.
How did the bots know to follow him?
He bought them. There are apps and websites that can weed out bots.
Oh, so if I'm a company looking to employ an influencer, can I tell who's botted up and who's not?
Yeah, you can get a bot report, and it's a real thing. Not to be confused with the Bolt report.
Here we go. Oh, the Bolt report. It's on straight after the Bolt report. Sky News, they go Bolt report. straight into the bot report. Same studio, in a suit. It's you in a suit, and you're just going through influencers and revealing how many of their followers are bots.
So we thought we would actually make the bot report. Here it is.
Kimberly Kitchen, James Patterson, thank you both so much for your time.
Thanks, Andrew. Tonight on the bot report, David Campbell, Osher Gunsberg, Manu. One of them has this many followers with this many bots. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be a big show. I'm Ash Williams, and this is the bot report. You want to see that? It's on my social media. Of course, the bot report on after the bot report. And someone just texted saying, the bot report is cool, but where's Tens and Dudes? So don't worry, Tens and Dudes is coming. No pun intended. All right, we're going to jump straight into it this week. It's time to call Paul. I'm sitting bored. It's uncanny that it always takes 2 calls. I know you think I might be dumbing it up, but why does it always take 2 calls to get through to Paul? I'm going to Facebook him. You know what, just by the way, before Ed and I were talking about Harry from Too Hot to Handle, I'm trying to get him on the show, and he sent me this fucking voicemail. Listen to this for one of the lamest voicemails you've ever heard.
Ash, my man. Sorry, bro, just waking up. I hope you're well, bro. Yeah, I'm fucking down. Just shoot my manager an email just so they can slot you in. Just because I've been busy as fuck.
Did he call me when he was at Tens and Dudes? Like, let's have a listen to that one more time. Like, is he like about 2 seconds in? I reckon the lights come on at Tens and Dudes.
Ash, my man. Sorry, bro, just waking up. I hope you're well, bro. Yeah, I'm fucking down.
I reckon when he goes, just waking up, you're just wanking up. How about a bit of respect, Harry? Okay, if you're going to leave me a voicemail, okay, wake the fuck up properly. Yeah? I can end your career like that. I don't care if you've got 3.5 million Brazilian bots following you. All right? We'll try and get Harry on the show. You know what we're going to do now? Of course, Patreon. I have a brand new I Can't Say Who. All right? It's a 2-part I Can't Say Who. Okay, here it is. Which celebrity at the 2019 Logies went home with a state premiere? You like that one? It's an absolute beauty. I heard it last week. If you want to find out who that is, you know what? Have some guesses. Have some guesses. By the way, you know what Paul's doing right now?
He's heating up.
Yeah, he's heating up, all right.
He's heating up.
Oh, yeah, that's what he's doing. And by the time we speak to him,
He's on fire.
yeah, he will be. But I can't say who. Which celebrity went home with a state premiere at the 2019 Logies? That should be a question on Jeopardy. We do need to make some very, very quick calls. Splendor in the Grass. Which 2 celebrities were in the bushes at Splendor in the Grass? Fucking, basically. We're going to call some Patreons now.
Ash Williams, how are you, bro?
Gio, my man.
How's things?
Good, bro. I'm just trying to call Paul. He's not answering, so that's all right. He'll be not too far away. How are you going?
There's free coffees all day. I've been smashing them.
What was that?
There's free all day, and I've been smashing them.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Free coffee. Which brand?
It's a machine, so I get to basically say, look, do I want a mocha? Do I want an almond? Do I want this or that? So don't know what the beans are, but they're tasty. But I do have an emergency Macone number 5.
Very good. Very good. It's a free shout out. It's a free shout out.
Shout out
Kona.
to Geo.
They don't deserve it, Gio. They do not deserve it.
I am fired up already.
Fucking oath, bro. But I must say, they make a very good drop, those sons of bitches in Germany. Now, Splendor in the Grass. The two celebrities fucking in the bushes are...
Oh, I've heard names, but I can't put faces to them. But that is interesting.
Give it a Google. I had a gentleman last week give it a Google, and he messaged me back saying, I've Googled and I know exactly who they are, and I'm fired up.
It's going to make my work history look fantastic.
Also, if anyone knows like Morse code for keyboard typing, they might be able to decipher the code.
No. I've been typing backwards and making the computer work it out backwards. So I'm on top of that.
Love it. Thanks, Gio. Thank you, man. Bye, bro. Mate, we just got a text on the hotline from Gio, who I just called. Wait, that was a bad line. The name wasn't Beep, was it? If it is, the return on investment on Patreon is insane already. Now, I'm going to have to call him back because I can't have a paper trail of me saying yes or no to Beep.
Hey, bro, what's up?
Yeah, Gio, in answer to your text, yes.
Fuck. Okay, that changes everything. Wow.
Yeah, bro, it's big. Bad line before, huh?
Yeah, it was. Because I thought it was him because I know he loves Splendor, but now I know he loves it a bit more.
Wow, well, there he is. There's a clue too. A celebrity who loves Splendor but loves it even more now. And guess what, Gio, do you know what I might do? Oh, I got sent a photo of the two gentlemen in question from that very day. And it was, no, I've got it. And it was pre-coital. So I don't know how I can share that, but maybe that's like just something I can share on a live feed, a live Patreon feed.
Yeah, done. Sounds.
All right, Gio. Good stuff,
Catch
man. No worries, buddy. See you, man.
Yeah.
Bye. Let's get one more call to Paul. This will be a big, big problem if we can't call Paul on the podcast.
Hey, how you going?
Good.
How you been lately?
Yeah, sitting bored.
Sitting bored, yeah.
You sitting bored?
Yeah, sitting bored. I'll have to go down there and see what's going on.
What do you mean? What's going on?
One of the guys, he's got a camera on his computer, so he knows who's down there and who's not down there. And if that person's down there, you can't be down there and you haven't done what we told you to.
Whose camera is it?
We've got new cameras down there. We put new cameras down there because people aren't doing the right thing. So now...
Can you watch them? You can watch them on the cameras?
Oh, well, some people can. One person can. He's the one that can find out what's going on. If people causing trouble down there, he can find out what goes on. I'm
confused, Paul. Like, why do you need cameras?
Because we had cameras down there for 6 or 7, 10 years, and the old ones, and you could have done stuff in there, something really bad or something, and they couldn't check because the cameras weren't working. Like
what? Like something? What's bad?
I don't know. People stabbing people. You get that. Well, fuck them then.
No, it's good to check the cameras.
Oh yeah, they haven't admitted. No one. I know who they are, but they haven't admitted it to me yet. But I don't care.
Can you get access to the camera so that you can?
No, that was when the old cameras were in. So
yeah. And
it didn't work. It was old and what. Now they got new ones, like HD ones. They can see it perfectly.
Beautiful.
And to a coloured one. So, but now one person the guy that put the actually cameras in, he's the one that's in charge of checking out who's there, who's not there, who's doing the right thing, and
yeah, I'm still not following. Is it like a basement down there with cameras?
No, we don't have stairs. It's just toilet and a office, and it's only pretty small.
So when you're watching people on the cameras, can you speak to them, like,
no.
through PA?
No, they can't hear it because there's no volume or no speaker. So he can't sit on the laptop at home and see something and go on there. Hello, what are you doing down there? No, it wouldn't work. It doesn't work.
So I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Like, so the camera's in the room, not on the laptop.
The person that set it up in there can actually access it by his computer at home.
Okay, now I'm with you.
Yeah, so he can't talk to them on a microphone or on a speaker. There's no speakers down there to say, hey, what are you doing down there?
Be good to be able to just press a button and go, hey, what are you doing down there? That'd be fun.
They'll get a fright. Hey, what are you doing down there? but I don't know. Get the shit out of them, but I don't know. But yeah, we've got to sort this out next few days. And
Hey, so mate, so what's going on with the stage restrictions? What's the latest on that?
don't you read the news down there?
Oh, look, not a lot, but in terms of
No.
hypothetically going to the hotel,
Yeah.
when is good?
When it's good, whenever they open the borders down everywhere, stupid Pauline Hanson lady, she's all right. I like her.
Oh, yeah?
She's going to take some of them to court about, is it illegal to close them? And if it's not, well, they're going to have to open. Simple as that.
So you reckon Pauline goes all right?
Yeah. What do you think? Do you like her? Or?
I like her haircut.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe.
Yeah, she's all right. She's all right, but yeah, she likes to get a lot of things done, and
Yeah.
we can have good luck with that. It's ridiculous,
Open the borders, Pauline.
Yeah.
And just, I got to go in a sec, but so you're on the Facebook. You want me to be your boyfriend. So what does that entail?
Well, it's up to you what you want.
Just kind of, well,
Hey.
whatever I want, the kind of thing.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
See what happens. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah. I guess we just see what happens with everything. So,
We'll go step by step, wait till the borders open, then we'll get from there, and we'll just continue what we're talking to on the phone for the time being.
yeah, no worries. All right, bro. All right,
All right, then.
no worries.
All right, talk to you
All right,
later.
bro.
Right?
See ya.
Catch up. Bye.
Bye. It's good to speak to him, even though I have no idea what Paul was talking about. Does anyone know what was going on then? We've got basements that don't have stairs, cameras, old cameras, new cameras. I still don't know what the cameras were for or where the cameras are based. But it was great to chat to Paul. All jokes aside, we're starting to build a pretty good connection. That is the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Of course, for anything extra, it's patreon.com/Ash Williams Show. Ash and Ed episodes. Ash Williams Show episodes. Pics, videos, etc. It's all there. Thank you so much for listening and commenting. I think we're on the right track with this podcast. I'm fired up. This is the Ash Williams Show, and I'll talk to you in 2 or 3 days. Take care, stay safe, and bye-bye. The Ash Williams Show is recorded in front of a live studio audience. But due to coronavirus, there's no audience, so you can't hear the laughs.